Hello, and welcome from Granny to all. Granny wishes your health, wealth, and great fortunes. For today's wisdom, Granny shares the story of Diana's eye opening journey to self discovery. Diana had always played by the rules. A perfectionist by nature, she kept a rigid schedule, checked off every task on her to do list, and followed everyone else's expectations to the letter. On the outside, she seemed to have it all together: great job, a supportive group of friends, and a life that looked picture perfect on social media. But inside, Diana felt like something was missing, as though she were living a life that wasn't entirely her own. One quiet evening, while scrolling through her feed, Diana stumbled across a quote that struck her deeply. "You can't pour from an empty cup." Maybe I've been doing too much for others and not enough for myself, she thought, feeling a wave of realization wash over her. For the first time in a long while, Diana decided to step back and take a break from her usual routine. She didn't know exactly what she was searching for, but she knew she had to do something different. The decision to pause. The next day, Diana called in sick to work. It felt strange, almost rebellious, to take a day off with no particular reason. But she felt a quiet sense of relief that she hadn't felt in ages. "Maybe I need to reset," she whispered to herself. Instead of diving into her usual tasks, Diana decided to go for a walk. As she wandered through the park near her apartment, she noticed how much she'd been missing. The colors of the leaves, the gentle breeze, the laughter of children playing. Everything felt alive, but she had been so wrapped up in her routine that she hadn't even taken the time to appreciate it. She sat on a bench and let the moment sink in. The rush of everyday life had blinded her to the simple pleasures she used to enjoy. The realization hit hard. She had been so focused on doing everything right that she had forgotten what made her happy in the first place. An unexpected encounter as Diana sat in contemplation, an elderly woman sitting next to her struck up a conversation. "Lovely day, isn't it?" she said with a warm smile. "Yeah, it really is," Diana replied, surprised by the stranger's kindness. "I see you're deep in thought," the woman continued, looking at Diana with a knowing smile. "Sometimes it's important to slow down, don't you think?" Diana blinked. "Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, actually. I feel like I've been going through the motions, like I'm on autopilot." The woman nodded thoughtfully. "You're not alone in that. So many people are so focused on what's next, they forget to appreciate what's now. What is it that you truly want, Diana?" Diana was caught off guard by the question. I I don't really know anymore," she admitted. "I just do what I think I'm supposed to." "That's the trap, isn't it?" the woman said gently. "You think you're living for others, but in the process, you forget yourself. It's never too late to rediscover what makes you truly happy." The start of a new chapter, inspired by the conversation, Diana began to reflect more on her life. That night, instead of mindlessly scrolling through her phone, she pulled out a journal and wrote down everything she truly enjoyed, things she had forgotten in her pursuit of success and approval. Spending time in nature, painting, traveling to new places, listening to music without any distractions, quiet mornings with coffee. These were the things that made her feel alive. But somewhere along the way, she had pushed them aside to focus on responsibilities and meeting others' expectations. The following week, Diana made a decision. She was going to change. She didn't have all the answers yet, but she knew she had to start by living for herself, not for the approval of others, not for a set list of goals, but for the joy and experiences that made her feel whole. She started small. On weekends, she carved out time for her painting and made plans to visit the places she had always wanted to see. She began waking up early to savor her morning coffee embracing the peace of quiet moments instead of diving straight into her to-do list. Diana realized that when she focused on what truly mattered to her, she became more fulfilled and energized, ready to tackle the challenges life threw her way. The awakening months passed, and Diana noticed a shift. She had become more present in her own life, more connected to herself and the world around her. She wasn't perfect, but for the first time in a long while, she felt content with where she was. Her relationships improved too. She was no longer distracted by the need to please everyone around her. Instead, she was genuine, connecting with people on a deeper level and offering her time and energy to causes that truly mattered to her. One evening, while looking out at the sunset, Diana smiled to herself. The world felt like it was finally in alignment. She had rediscovered the parts of herself she had lost in the hustle of life. Her cup was full again, and for the first time, Diana realized that she could pour from it without feeling empty. The end. What have you learned from this story, dear viewer? Tell us your suggestion in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for more videos, and feel free to ask Granny anything. Regards, Granny.